good, everybody? My name is Jay Fatty. Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna talk about making dope intros to your beats using Grossbeat. So let's get right into it. Now, obviously, you're gonna want to have a beat or a kind of idea or foundation of a beat. Here's a beat the homies Fopound and DC and I cooked up. I'll just play a little part of it. Now, there are tons of ways to use Grossbeat to make an intro for your beats. We're just going to go over a couple things that I like to use and, we'll leave the rest to you and your creativity. So let's just highlight everything and I'm going to just give about 8 bars like so, okay? And I'm probably going to take these 3 melodies right here as the intro melodies, but it's not just going to be these. It'll be, some kind of Grossbeat on them. So let's highlight this first 8 bars here. And in the mixer, since I have everything routed already, if you don't have stuff routed, definitely do that. And I would recommend routing all of your melodies to a synth bus so you can just easily put the Grossbeat on the synth bus and affect all those elements rather than having to affect them individually. So we have a compressor on the synth bus, but let's just throw on Grossbeat real quick. All right, now, if you're not familiar with Grossbeat, it's super dope. It has all sorts of different presets and shits that you can do. You can move through the preset banks up here with these arrows. These green effect areas, or this top bank, is like time effects, whereas the bottom bank is like volume effects, okay? So, you can mess with those and find ones that you like, but I like going to this bank, find it here. This bank that has the half speed, the slow triplet, the vinyl off, ×2 speed. All of these are really good, the reverse. But, it's a trap beat. So let's kind of try a slow triplet or half speed. Let's see how it sounds on here. Now, I'm actually going to put another Grossbeat and put half speed on that with that slow triplet and see how both of them sound. Because maybe we can, take them in and out and have it sound sick. Yeah, that's really dark. So we're going to rename these. This one's trip, and then this one's half speed. All right. Once we have them renamed, we can go right over to this little knob here and bring them down. That's going to make them, kind of bypassed. Then when we right click that knob, we can do a create automation clip for both of those. And since we have the 8 bars here highlighted, it's just going to make the automation clip for those 8 bars only. Okay, and we'll drag this down like so. Whoops. Now we're going to want to automate this. In FL Studio, we want the trip and the half playing at certain times. So the trip I want to go on the whole time. We'll zoom in here a little bit. We're going to right click. We can just right click anywhere on the automation and it'll put in a point. Okay, and then we can left click and drag that point to move it around. We're going to move it to about this bar right here. And as you can see this, you can move this around to tell it the kind of incline that you want. We're just going to have it up like that. So it comes in, rounds into the effect, and then we'll do that on the other end too so it rounds out. It's very important that you do it like this. Otherwise, if you just have it on the end like this where you just have the point up, it's going to have that trip through the whole thing. It's not going to realize that you want it to shut back down like this. You see, that incline is telling it that the effect is going to be turned off. Okay? Bring that up to a level like that. All right. Now we actually want the halftime for just the first half. So I'll right click a point, zoom in a little bit, right click a point here, and then right up over here as well. Something like that. Okay, let's see how that sounds. See, that's pretty cool. Now, to kind of give it a transition, we can highlight this last bar right here, like so. And we're gonna go back into the synth bus and put another grow speed on. Now let's move over to that same bank and go to the vinyl off effect. All right, that's gonna give it that, like it's literally like a vinyl being shut off. So that's a really dope effect. I love using that for transition. So let's rename it here and do the same thing. Bring this down, right click, create an automation clip. And incline it once again, let FL Studio know we only want it for this one bar here. Like so, bring that down here. Now let's listen how this sounds and drops into the... Now that sounds pretty dope. If you want to spice things up, you can add risers and like crash cymbals. You know what? Let's do that real quick just for this intro here to give it a nice vibe. We're actually just going to use one kind of crash cymbal. We go to up in here in these instruments here, Mike Zara Stash. There we go. We're going to use a gong, okay? Here it is. So we'll get a new pattern. Let's just get a pattern 9 here. Drag it in like that, and let's throw the gong in. Now to move stuff around in the channel rack while it's highlighted, you can tell it's highlighted with that little green thing. You can hold Alt and then push up on the D-pad or the directional keys. You can move that up or down. So we'll just bring it up here, and while it's still highlighted, let's go into the mixer to an empty spot, right click, channel routing, route selected channels to this track. It'll name it also. All right, now let me just color it and route this to the drum bus. Like so. Okay, cool. So that's all ready to go. Turn it down a little bit. Now, so we want the gong to kind of come in like a reverse. So we're going to actually clone this. We want it to come in reversed and then hit. So let's hear how this sounds. We might need to bring this back like right here. Just maybe like right. Sounds really cool. I'm going to turn the gong down a little bit. And so now the one that's not reversed, we can just have that hit when it comes in. To make it sound a little bit spacey, let's put a grow speed on that crash and put a flange on. It's in this bank right here. See, that's really dope, but we need to bring up the volume on the crash since the flange kind of manipulates that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's a good way to use gross beat to, make dope intros for your beats. Remember transitions and all of that. And, you don't have to use trip or halftime. You can use all of the other hundreds of presets that are in gross beat. So yeah, just get creative with it and, check it out. But if this video brought you value, please leave a like, hit subscribe, and hit that little bell. I really appreciate the support. I'd really also appreciate it if you could pre-save my new beat tape. It's a beat tape with the homies 4 Pound McGinnis and DC the Beatmaker, where it's really like beats with hooks, kind of trap soul, really vibey beats. You can pre-save that on Spotify. It's coming out August 22nd, and it's called Friendly Fire. So I'd really appreciate if you could help us with that Spotify algorithm by pre-saving it. The link's in the description. Once again, thank you so much. But yeah, make sure you stay safe, stay striving, and always be getting it. Much love, y'all. Peace.